Okay, what brought me to College Place? And I started attending College Place in 2001 when my daughter Rachel was born. We were looking for a church that had a good children's program, and so I'd heard about the children's program at College Place, so we started coming here so she could be part of a big children's program.
Well, I married the preacher's son, and so that was sort of the first thing that got me here, but we just loved the family aspect and how welcoming everybody was, and then we had children, and I wanted them to grow up in the church, and so I got involved in the children's ministry when they were little, and just have kind of been involved ever since then.
Rachel came to live with us, and I needed a good children's program, and I'd been here before.
I actually grew up at College Place Methodist Church, moved here when I was in the 4th grade, stayed here, raised my family here, and Andy and I left for a few years and just kind of went to a couple other different churches around. But when Daddy passed away last year and we came back for his funeral, it felt like coming home. So we're back home where we need to be at College Place.
I had moved here 2 years ago from California, and my daughter's friend comes here, and so she suggested I come and try this church, and I did, and I've been here ever since.
She got me down here because she lived down here, and I live in St. Mark's Towers, and I retired from Emory at 62 years old. So, and I've been going to College Place ever since I come down.
Coming to College Place because it was actually location. It was closer to where I lived at the time, and I was always involved in my church in Anchorage, Alaska, and I just looked for a church that was close to where I lived, and College Place seemed like a great church.
I had just gotten married, and we had been going to the Baptist church one Sunday and the Methodist church one Sunday, and we got sort of tired of that, and our friends, the Stopchucks, invited us to this place, and it had just been built, and so it was near our home, and we liked the people here, and Sam Rogers was here at the time, and they visited us. They really tried to get us. Miss Thelma McMichael and somebody else visited us very often, and the preacher visited us too. So Bob said, well, we're going to go.
Relocated from Wisconsin. I visited all the Methodist churches in the area and decided this was the one that felt right. Cool. Just the atmosphere was exactly what I was
Well,
looking.
I was part of the 101. My wife and I were 101 of the original people that started this church.
Right.
Yeah, we left McKendree and started this church here.
My sister to move to Charlotte because she had to be here where her grandchildren were. So I gave up and I said, I'll move south. So that's why. And then she was a member of this church. Her family was a member of this church. Her daughter, her husband, and the granddaughter. So it's my church. And then when I walked in here and I sat the first time, it was perfect. It was just what I wanted. The right church.
We started coming to College Place. My sister-in-law, Susan Lee, she was a member here at College Place, and she invited us. And so we came in, and our first experience was going to the pink room, the Sunday school room, and everybody was just so welcoming, and we just have stayed ever since. So that was like, I don't know, over 20 years ago.
An invite from Mary Turner. Mary's been dead for a couple of years right now, but she was a good friend of ours, and we started coming to College Place with the Turners.
Well, Wes and I have moved a lot through our marriage, and every time we move, we go and visit churches, and we just visit until it feels right. And when we went to College Place, it only took one visit, and we knew this is our home. It felt like family. It felt like where we were going to be, and we've been here ever since.
I moved here from Ohio, and I was looking for a church, and just happened to be driving down the street and saw that this one was a Methodist church, and I went there the following Sunday, and I never looked back. I just love it here, and I'm so glad. I feel so blessed. that I found this
I
church.
started when it started. I came from McKendree Church here, so I'm a charter member. And my husband was the leader of the group that left McKendree to make this church. So
my daughter started coming to Noah's Ark preschool, and she would cry because she couldn't go to school on Saturday and Sunday, so we started bringing her to Sunday school, and that's how we got involved in the church. Cool. So we were led here by grace.